Hello everyone, this is Channer Carl Armstrong here with another game here, and again we are skipping the pregame show here, and we are starting off here New Orleans, San Diego here. I don't have enough time to introduce my co-conspirator here, basically, Sean Gibson. Sean, how you doing, buddy?
It's good to be here in New Orleans, the Big Easy. We've got the Chargers and the Saints, plenty of storylines here. As Philip Rivers takes the field, it looks like he's going to have the game in his hands. He can't make mistakes. The Chargers want to take the win on the road.
It is unbelievable here. I had a bunch of liners and commercial reads, but I got to throw them all up in the air right now because I have no time to read them because we are starting this game off right off the bat. We are here in, actually, we're in New Orleans. I thought we were in San Diego. That's okay. Chargers had the ball here to start off first down. They got the ball at about the 30-yard line here. They're coming out in an I formation. Ryan Matthews in the backfield. Despite his fumbling issues, he's going to take the ball first off and goes nowhere.
I talked to both Philip Rivers and to the running back, and both of them said that they were going to take care of the ball, that undoubtedly that ball protection for Ryan Matthews was the #1 concern for this team, and he promised me on the life of his World of Warcraft character he was going to get the job done tonight.
Did he tell you what kind of a World of Warcraft character you have? Did he have a warrior? Do you have a shaman or something like that? What did he have?
He has a female mage.
A female mage. That
yes,
is
a human female mage.
Speaking of disturbing right there, he just gets absolutely leveled in the backfield there for no gain. Let's take a look at the Saints bounty gate defense. Oh, sorry, too soon. I'm not sure if that's uncalled for on my end. Should I have said something?
Well, they definitely should have covered it up by doing their transactions via PayPal and not just in straight cash in the locker room.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 6. Rivers in the shotgun formation. Matthews next to him. Back to pass, looking.
Oh!
Intercepted by Hawthorne. And New Orleans going to get great field position to start the game here. Wow, big turn of events there for New Orleans.
We just talked about how Philip Rivers has to protect the ball. The first time he goes back to pass on a bad slant panner, he throws an interception. This is a disastrous start. He gives Drew Brees plenty of time and great field position. And boy, the Chargers get the ball. They wanted to come out and fire and take the lead early. Instead, Drew Brees has a golden opportunity here to take the lead.
It's circa 2011 all over again. Drew Brees, 46 touchdowns last year, set the passing yardage record, back to pass, and he goes right to work. First down, looks like that was just complete there too. I'm not sure who it was, but nonetheless, he's going to hit plenty of targets today. First down, New Orleans.
That was Devery Henderson. That's the second wide receiver on this bunch. With Meacham leaving to San Diego, Henderson had to step up. You see 2 feet down, great concentration grabbing the ball. He's the 3rd option, maybe even the 4th option on this offense. You've got Colston, you've got Sproles, you've got Jimmy Graham, who's going to be such a red zone force for the next 10 years. Boy, so many weapons for Drew Brees.
Oh, come on. You can put the groundskeeper out there, wide receiver, and he'll find them for 10 yards. Brees back to pass again. Looking over the middle, hits Colston for a nice little gain, about 5-6 yards right there. Stop by Antoine Case on.
Well, the defense has not stepped up for the San Diego Chargers. You know, when the offense makes a turnover, it's the defense that has to step up big and make up for that mistake.
Well, I'd have to counter you, actually. The Chargers did force six turnovers against the Chiefs, and I'll tell you what, they're definitely looking good here.
Oh, there's Phillips!
Oh, no, I'm sorry about that there. Sean Phillips with the sack there absolutely drilled his former teammate there on the play.
You were too busy talking about the past in order to pay attention to the present, Armstrong. Boy, Phillips just came around that edge and crushed Drew Brees, forcing them into a 3rd and long. Boy, coaches love those 2nd down sacks.
I'm going to have to apologize to our viewing audience here. Our booth is basically on the farthest corner of New Orleans, and we can't see the plays or anything, so we're just going on the fly here. Drew Brees up the middle again.
He's short.
More for almost another first down there for New Orleans, but New Orleans offense rocking to start things off.
Well, you might say they're rocking, but they don't get the job done. It's going to be 4th and 1, and they're going to have to go and just settle for 3 here.
And again, I'm just going to have to go ahead and apologize here to the audience right now because I'm telling you right now, the scoreboard is on the farther side of the stadium, and we can't see a thing. But here we go. It's going to be about a 35-yard field goal here. And it looks like it's good. New Orleans on the board here, 3-0, with about 45 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Well, a nice little butt slap there for Garrett Hartley, who had a couple of bad moments earlier in the season, but he gets this one done. The turnover for, boy, Philip Rivers. That was just such a bad pass. Hands the Saints 3 points.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Saints are definitely in desperate mode right now. 0-4, they've got to get off the snide and get themselves a win here. The kickoff to Goodman, and he's going to take it out here about 5 yards deep. Gets to about, absolutely gets clobbered as he gets to about the 24 or 25-yard line.
Boy, okay, so we talked about ball security, and what did the Chargers do? They turned it over. So what we're going to have to see here is really some discipline out of the Chargers. I think more of Ryan Matthews. He showed a little bit of spunk in that last drive, and so hopefully Philip Rivers can get into a rhythm and make some completions here.
Rivers back to pass over the middle, hits some M80. Malcolm Floyd complete to about the 37-yard line. That's a first down. Hey, you know what, though, Sean? I'll tell you, I noticed something. At left tackle, Mike Harris is starting over Jared Gaither, who returned against the Chiefs. What's going on? Do you think it's back issues?
No, it's not. I have the inside scoop. It seems that Gaither had some bad gumbo earlier in the day. It was coming out of both ends. It was a very disgusting sight to see a man of that stature spew so many bodily liquids.
Boy, that is a disturbing image you just described there for our audience. I'd like to apologize for that. Matthews
right up the middle.
Play, right up the middle. Big gain right there. Ooh, wow. 15, 20 yards right there. And he held onto the ball. First down for the Chargers as they get into New Orleans territory.
Well, he is pointing in the right direction, and Ryan Matthews is writing that Gaming Illustrated karma. He has ties to our site, and we certainly are going to send out the positive energies as the Saints are up 3-0 at the end of the first, with the Chargers getting a little bit of momentum heading towards the second quarter.
No, I do just think I was expecting a more high-scoring game, maybe 14-14 at the end of the first quarter, but what can you do? There are only 4-minute quarters that we have to do here on GamingIllustrated.com.
Well, hey, we do it quick, but we get it right. You know, it's we're 2-0 in these games, with this being our third game. See if we get it right again.
Single back formation here. Matthews in the backfield. We got McMichael in motion. Rivers hand off to Matthews. Cuts it outside, breaks the tackle, almost breaks another tackle, gets to almost the 40-yard line, setting up a 2nd and 5.
Well, four rushes for 26 yards. Ryan Matthews is definitely looking like a determined individual, that he wants to put the team on his back. He wants to run that ball right into the end zone and show the people in New Orleans that being winless sucks, and he definitely can get the job done here.
Rivers handing off to Matthews again. Wow, Chargers really run heavy here to start out. Go figure. They're usually a pass-happy team, but another first down there for San Diego as they're driving.
Well, Carl, you talked to head coach Norv Turner, who also acts as the de facto offensive coordinator. What did he tell you? Did he tell you this was going to be a run-heavy offense?
Well, I'll do my best Norv impression here. Well, basically, you know, we got guys here. We're just going to go ahead. No, we've got a plan, and we just got to execute here. As Matthews gets the carry, takes it to about the 26, 27-yard line. Back to my Norv impression. And, you know, you just got to, you got to execute it, and that's what we're going to do.
You kind of sounded like Jimmy Stewart there from It's a Wonderful Life more than Norv Turner, but we see Ryan Matthews. He continues to get, you know, chunks of 6 yards here, 6 yards there. He puts his head down, and boy, he gives a cold shoulder there to the defensive back of the Saints, and I'm not quite sure what number 50 was trying to do, but you see the bodies hitting the floor. Ryan Matthews definitely off to a good start here. It looks like he's going to factor in very big in this game.
Again, I guess apparently the theme for today's game is going to be nothing but apologizing. I can't see players' numbers, I can't see the downs, and I can't do a good Norv Turner impression here. 2nd and 4 here from the 28-yard line for San Diego. Rivers looking back to pass. Immediately almost intercepted right there. Wow. Chargers caught a break there.
Yeah, boy, another bad pass by Philip Rivers. You know, he's dropped back, 3 times now? 1 completion, 2 completions maybe, and 2 bad passes. 1 cost him, but that was very close to an interception. It seems like New Orleans defense is playing back a little bit, going to force the rest of the wide receivers into double coverage and basically make Philip Rivers beat them. I don't think they respect Rivers too much, since he has been playing too well the last few games.
Rivers back to pass, looking over the middle, though. He hits Robert Meacham, who we have not heard a lot from this season. He gets a first down almost to the 10-yard line.
Hurry up, hurry up.
We're seeing a little no huddle here. I guess, like you said, they're probably going to see something here. We got about, can they get this off before the 2-minute warning?
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Pass. Got all kinds of days.
Oh, he's under pressure.
Where is he going? There you go. He gets rid of it.
Well, smart
uncharacteristic Rivers play. Usually he just throws into triple coverage on that play, but smart play right there.
Yeah, it seems like he's got his head screwed on occasionally correctly. It's a little bit bipolar from Philip Rivers this game. We see great decisions, and then we see really bad decisions as we see him bringing the bunch together here. So he's got 2nd down, 12 yards, I believe. He's on the 12-yard line, 12 yards to pay dirt. They need a touchdown. They don't want to just tie this up at 3-3. We got to see what Philip Rivers and the rest of the crew here can do.
Long drive here, going on a couple of minutes here. Rivers looking over.
Oh, what a catch!
What is that showing off right there to the crowd? But it's going to be a 2nd down here at about the 6-yard line. Chargers getting ready to punch it in here.
Well, Robert Meacham coming back to the Big Easy here. We see, wow, look at that extension. One-handed, left-handed, coming over the middle, gets the big yardage, gets the facial. And then we see that the Chargers now have a very makeable 3rd down. Robert Meacham pays the price. Wow, what a catch.
I'll tell you what, they definitely wanted to get him in the game because he had no catches against Kansas City last week. So it looks like he is definitely going to be a part of the game plan here as we are 3rd down and 4 here. They can still get a first down before they get a touchdown. Rivers looking over the middle.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Malcolm Floyd. Chargers get on the board here, 6-3.
Well, we see a quick slant pattern for Malcolm Floyd. He's just such a tall receiver that it's really hard for him to be defended one-on-one. He comes right over, great extension with the arms, and he is in for the 4-yard touchdown pass. Chargers up 6-3, extra point to come.
Yeah, Malcolm Floyd, of course, signed that contract extension last week now, making him a Charger for the next couple of years right now. Definitely showing A.J. Smith that was a good investment here. We got about a minute 27 here to go here. New Orleans have plenty of time here to put more points on the board. The extra point is good. Chargers lead 7-3.
You know, the funny thing we saw was that, we saw a catch out of Malcolm Floyd. He's got 2 catches for 20 yards and the touchdown. We saw a lot of Ryan Matthews. We saw a bit of Robert Beacham. You know who we didn't see, Carl? We did not see Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates, that's right. Forgot about that guy. That's right, Mr. Future Hall of Fame tight end right now. Maybe it's the Saints game plan. Maybe they're just going to just pick your poison. Take your Gates, and then just deal with the rest of the Charger receivers there.
Yeah, Sproles just got squished by quite a few Chargers out there, and we're going to see, what the Charger defense can do actually in a regular drive against the Saints. Saints had the ball only once off the turnover, and now it's going to be a regular drive. We'll see what Drew Brees can do.
Shotgun formation for Brees. 3 wide receivers to the right. Brees back to pass over the middle, wide open. Marcus Colston there, close to the first down marker. They're going to give it to him.
Well, that was a weird play. Looks like Colston had his foot grabbed by a gopher in the Superdome dirt.
Back goes Brees to pass.
All day long.
Wow, he can do his taxes back there. Fires it over the middle. It's knocked down, though. Incomplete. Great play there. I want to say, was that Eric Weddle?
It was Eric Weddle. That was a rejection, NBA style. I'm not quite sure why he didn't just go up for the interception, but maybe he just wanted to prove a point. Drew Brees, don't come in this area of my neighborhood.
2nd down to 10. Brees looking all by himself back there.
Here comes Legion.
Looking over the middle. Oh, overthrew his man. I believe he was looking for, was that Devery Henderson right there? Incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
Well, what happened was Corey Legion, the 2nd-year defensive lineman for the Chargers, a high-motor guy, just kept coming and then found that hole, was right in Drew Brees' face. He had to throw that pass about a second before it was ready.
3rd down and 10 here. I'll tell you what now, if Sean Payton was on the sidelines right now, I bet you'd have a nice play designed for him. I guess he doesn't need... Wait, is that a catch?
I don't think, no, they're calling it no catch. I don't think he got the 2 feet in bounds, and it's going to be 4th down for the Saints.
Wow, I'm surprised they're not going to look at this from the booth here inside 2 minutes, but I guess, this is Gaming Illustrated style of football here, so we're not going to see a replay. We're going to see a punt.
Yeah, let's get right to the action. I didn't come to see some guy look inside a booth. Did you?
Yes, there's nothing wrong with the peep show vision here. I think if we want to get something accurately done, but that's okay. Charger fans will take it. Eddie Royal will take the ball here back from about his 20. Ooh, had all kinds of daylight. Breaks attack.
Nice.
Gets to about the 30-yard line.
Respectable return for Eddie Royal. He's a guy who's certainly dangerous there on special teams. Boy, not too much time. 49 seconds, but the Chargers do have all 3 timeouts.
Chargers, I'll tell you what, been looking really good here in the first half. Besides the Rivers interception, of course, he had a couple of questionable passes. Did not have to pay for the other ones here. Chargers have a chance to put more points on the board. Rivers back to pass. Looking over the middle. Oh, Ryan Matthews right there. Just got knocked back to Fresno State on that play.
Oh, my goodness. What a shot by Ryan Matthews. Boy, he took one for the team.
Matthews is going to be a gamer. He's going to stay in there. He probably thinks he's in Nantucket right now, but Rivers back to pass again. All kinds of time. Looking, hits Matthews again. Holy cow. And he does not go out. He fumbles the ball. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Holy cow.
Roman Harper. Boy.
Charger fans banging their heads on the steering wheel right now. Unbelievable. Matthews with another fumble.
Well, let's take a look. Oh, you know what? It looked like Ryan Matthews was actually down, put the ball down, and Harper just picked it up and go. I think we're going to see a review here.
Let's see. I think you're right. Yep, booth review. Holy cow. Okay. I guess after these commercial breaks here, actually, no, we're not going to take a commercial break here. I need to rest my voice. What's going on here? We need commercial breaks so we can gather ourselves. What's going on?
No commercials here at Gaming Illustrated, but here we go. Wow, so it was not ruled a fumble. It's overturned, and the Chargers retain it. Boy, quick timeout there by Phillip Rivers, 22 seconds. So it turns out to be a wonderful gain by Ryan Matthews. He definitely has been all over the field, whether it's a couple of really good catches on this drive, or some earlier runs for quite a few gains, and the Chargers are cooking here. They've got 2 timeouts left, and they are closing in on maybe getting a little field goal here. Take a 10-7 lead at halftime. Or
Rivers looking at another interception here. Holy cow. North Turner, if he had a steering wheel in front of him, he'd be banging his head on it right now as River throws almost another pick. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Rivers, again, a bipolar method of quarterbacking. Sometimes he looks like the best quarterback he's ever played, and sometimes he looks absolutely awful. That was another way. I mean, how lucky was that wasn't a pick 6?
Yeah, New Orleans should probably have about 3 picks right now. But you know what? I think Rivers just likes to complete passes. I don't think he cares who he completes them to. Back to pass. Looking, he gets absolutely bamboozled back at midfield right there. Sacked, I want to say, by Will Smith. I'm not sure, but either way, it's going to be a huge 3rd in Vegas here for the Chargers.
Well, Rivers just had his castball rocked, and North Turner's calling him over. 1 timeout left, 13 seconds, 3rd in a cab ride. They're going to really have to pull out one of their tricks out of their hat for this one. They're quite far for a Nate Kading field goal here. They're going to have to get at least about 15, 20 yards to make this interesting.
All right, here we go. 5 receivers now. Look at that. Ryan Matthews lined up in the slot here. Interesting. Rivers back to pass. Looking over the middle. It's caught by Gates, who's wide open. Inside the 20, down to the 15 right now. 6 seconds to go. Chargers have no time. They take a timeout. They took their last time, or last timeout right there. Big play there for San Diego.
Well, look at North Turner. That's more emotion in that 6 seconds than I've seen in 6 years in San Diego. Kading comes on for the gimme field goal. It's up, and it is good. Chargers take a very impressive 10-3 lead with 2 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, definitely a big field goal right there. 2 seconds to go here, and believe the Chargers will get the ball at halftime, too. That's even a bigger score there for San Diego.
Actually, I think that bad gumbo might have made its way into your pot, because the Saints will be getting the ball to start the second half.
Oh, you're right. Good call there. My goodness. Another apology here.
What the heck is going on here? What is Sharice Wright doing?
Somebody's getting a little too excited right there at the end of the half.
Yeah, there's a bizarre bachelor party action there, but Phillip Rivers and North Turner, lots of confidence going in. Gates, maybe just the 1 catch, but he's starting to feel. He's starting to shake off that rust. Very impressive half by the Chargers. Even though it's only a 7-point lead, it just seemed like they were dominating the action.
Yeah, it's 10-3 at halftime now. I guess we're going to go ahead and do a halftime show. Actually, you know what? Forget the halftime show. We're just going to carry things off here with the highlights. I'll tell you what, Sean, your thoughts on the first half overall. What is the Saints going to have to do to win this pullout out? What are the Chargers going to have to do?
Well, the Saints need a sustained drive right here, right off the bat. They need to come down and score, whether it be 3 or 7, but they need to rest that defense. It seemed like they were on the field the whole game. I didn't see too much out of the Saints offense that really made me confident that they're going to be able to take this game. The Chargers defense was really impressive, getting to the ball, making tackles, preventing that 3rd down conversion, and we will see if that can carry off into this second half.
Okay, was it weird to say that I saw A.J. Smith doing the crip walking at the midfield right there before the half started? I think he was happy about the team's first half performance as New Orleans come out with the first half kickoff and takes it to about 27 yards. They'll take over from there.
Why is Jimmy Graham doing somersaults on kickoff coverage? That was really weird.
You know, it's probably because he's upset that he hasn't gotten any targets so far in the first half. That's a guy that we should be mentioning that we have heard nothing from.
Yeah, you think this would be, the Hall of Fame tight end versus the up-and-coming top tight end in the game, and we really have not said much of each. Just the 1 big catch by Gates on that 3rd down.
Drew Brees, play-action pass, looking, throws into triple coverage. Incomplete right there. Devery Henderson paid for. You might as well come up with a catch in that situation if you're going to get hit like that.
You talked about throwing into triple coverage. Drew Brees commits that sin right here, and Devery Henderson pays the piper. Good grief, he was crushed.
Second down, Pierre Thomas in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, kind of a bunch formation. Brees pitches out to Thomas. He's got...
Sweeping. What was that?
He had daylight, but I guess he decided to do the icky shuffle or something like that. And Sean Phillips says, I got your icky shuffle right here, and knocks him back for a 2-yard loss. Or actually, no gain.
Just a bizarre play by Pierre Thomas. It looked like the sweep was going to be able to get him 8 to 10 yards, and then he just did a drop step and started tap dancing. What a weird play. 3rd and 10 should be, 3rd and 2. And
that's why they don't run the ball that much. Brees back to pass all by himself. It's tipped at the line right there.
Rejected.
Great play right there by Corey Legit, the 2nd-year defensive lineman.
That's the 2nd time we've seen Legit disrupt Drew Brees. Earlier he came in, pressured him into a bad throw. Now he just rejects it with a pass block. Great job by Corey Leggett. We're seeing some things and some growth out of this defensive line for the Chargers.
And the Chargers defense, their second stop here, the Saints offense. Eddie Roll will go back for his second punt return. He's going to call fair catch at about the 28-yard line here. Chargers will take over here with about 3:12 to go in the third quarter.
Well, I talked about Drew Brees needing a sustained drive to start the second half, and that's not what happened.
They're not listening to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Just go down and score a touchdown, right, Carl?
They don't have a coach. You might as well just get in there and say, hey, you know what? I'm Sean Gibson. I'm your coach.
They could do worse, certainly.
Ryan Matthews back to the running game again there. Ryan Matthews gets kerplunk there.
Hey!
Regular activity here. That's a lot of fisticuffs going on there. A gain of 1 for Matthews.
Ryan Matthews looks like he hit a brick wall and bounced off like he was made of rubber here. You just look at this and ends up on his tuchus. Pretty weird play. It didn't seem like there were really any holes for Matthews to weave through in order to get a decent gain.
2nd and 9 here. We got about 2:40 here to go in the third quarter. Rivers calling audible. You must see something there. Rivers back to pass, got pressure, completes it to no.
Oh!
Dropped it. Wow, he had all day. That probably could have gone for 6 if he held on.
Yep, if Ryan Matthews had held on to that ball, he was gone and good as 7 points right off the fingertips. No, it was not a perfect pass. It was a little bit behind him and a little bit high, but boy, when it hits you in the hands, you just have to come down with it, especially when you got nothing but daylight in front of you. Third down for the Chargers. They are 3 for 4 on third down conversions. Pretty impressive.
Rivers again calling an audible. Back to pass over the middle. Hits Meacham. Looks like it's going to be another first down. The former Saint right now definitely giving it to his former team.
Well, Phillip Rivers has a 61.5% completion percentage, a respectable 120 yards, 1 touchdown, and a bad interception. He easily could have 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. But we see Meacham, he's showing up. Not much chemistry early in the season with him and Phillip Rivers, but we're seeing him catch on. This was definitely a statement game for Robert Meacham, who just never was the #1 guy. I always thought he should be here in New Orleans, but is getting that opportunity in San Diego and honestly has not lived up to the hype.
First down, Rivers giving off to Matthews, runs to nothing right there. Saints are snuffing it out and definitely doing a better job defending the run here in the second half. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Wow.
Yeah, Ryan Matthews hasn't had anywhere to run. He definitely needs some of that Gaming Illustrated karma back in his hip pocket. He should basically channel the power of Kalimdor at this point. Otherwise, the Chargers are going to be in trouble. The only reason they were able to grab yards and kill clock was because of Ryan Matthews in the first half. He's got to step up in the second half.
2nd and 15, Rivers looking over the middle, wide open. M80, Malcolm Floyd, first down and more.
Room to run.
Down to the 35-yard line. Big gain there from Malcolm Floyd. Another first down for San Diego.
How dependable is Michael Floyd? This guy, Malcolm Floyd, but Michael Floyd. Boy, we talk about the spiked gumbo now. Malcolm Floyd, he's just so dependable. Coming over the middle, very similar to the play he caught the touchdown with, where he's coming slanting across the middle, only this is from the other side. You see a good block by Meacham downfield. That allows yards after the catch for Malcolm Floyd. Another first down for the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, it seems the Saints are playing a lot of zone covers. They don't want to give it the deep play, but that middle seems to be wide open all day for San Diego. Chargers, here we go. First down about the 36-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Michael in motion. Going to hand off again to Matthew. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, that looked like a clothesline in professional wrestling. Matthews coming in. Boy, you know, I will I'll give him some credit. He definitely is sticking to it, but it doesn't seem like the running plays are really going to be really yielding much of anything here.
That was a disturbing image right there for our younger viewers. I hope they were closing their eyes on that play. That was disturbing. Here we go. 2nd down and 9, though. It was a 1-yard gain. Go figure. Rivers with Floyd and Meacham, of course. Hand off to Matthews again, and he gets, wow, you know what? They're just chewing the clock up, but they're not getting anything done in the running game right now in the second half. The Saints have done a great job adjusting to the running game.
Well, it's certainly not Ryan Matthews' fault. We've seen on these last 3 carries that there just simply hasn't been any room to run. It's time to go back into your bag of tricks and find out what you can do. Where's Antonio Gates? It looks like Meacham is very motivated in order to do well, and we see that's the third quarter, 10-3 Chargers.
Big fourth quarter here. There's still a 1-score game here. Saints need to get themselves to stop and get the ball back into Drew Brees' hands, but the Chargers' defense has been stingy. The offense has kept the ball away from the Saints' offense, and they've got themselves a nice little drive here. They are semi-deep in Saints territory here. It's a 3rd and 10. Sean, what are you calling?
Oh, well, you know, you go for it. I mean, you're only up by 7. You don't want to just pin him back and hope that Drew Brees doesn't beat you, because he will. You've got to go for it. You've got to be aggressive. You got to continue to see over the middle. That has been open. Gates has been there. I think you just run that similar play to the end of the second half. Gates coming over the middle and throw it to him.
Rivers back to pass, looking over the middle. It's complete to Meacham right there. Big first down right there. The former Saint again sticking it to his former team. Big catch there.
Yeah, huge catch, because that continues to run the clock, and the Chargers are now well into that high category kicking area where it is a gimme for Nate Kading. So when you're outside the 30-yard line, that's a low percentage field goal try as Matthews brings it up the middle and gets a little bit of 3 yards here as they continue to move with modest gains here and continue to kill the clock.
Yes, even if they're not getting 4 or 5 yards per pickup, it's still killing the clock here. And let's face it, these Gaming Illustrated short gains, I'll tell you what, a couple of runs here there, next thing you know, you're through an entire half. But here we go. 2nd and 7 here, right outside the 20-yard line. Rivers hands off to Matthews, kicks it outside. He's got
the corner.
And he stumbles. Wow, hold on to that ball, Ryan Matthews. That could have been another fumble there, but that's a first down nonetheless.
No, he held on to the ball, and for the record, Ryan Matthews had not fumbled in this game. We saw the replay earlier, and Matthews turns the corner, and you just figured maybe it was a matter of time, and I guess that's why Norv keeps calling his number. Boy, look at Rivers. He is in position without the center.
There, Nick Hardwick. He's got to hit the ball. Rivers handed off. Card bowling right there. Ryan Matthews. Nice carry inside the 10-yard line. They are now, red zone. Look at that. A couple of trips right there. Touchdown, a field goal here. But the Saints need to come up with a stop here right now. Chargers rolling.
Yeah, it's getting to be desperation time for the Saints. They need to get the ball into Drew Brees' hands. They need to figure out what could be a turnover here because, being down 2 scores, less than 2 minutes left looks ugly.
I'll tell you what, if this is a regulation game, if this is a normal 60-minute game, I'll tell you what, Chargers time possession probably been like 45 minutes to like 15 right now. This is unbelievable. This is a great, long-sustaining drive here for San Diego. They need to punch it in here to capitalize. Otherwise, you know what? Saints still have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think this one's out of hand by any means. It's looking dire, but certainly the Saints are known for that attacking defense.
Hand it off to Matthews. He's got
it went the wrong way.
What is he doing right there? Timeout for New Orleans here. 3rd down and 2. Unbelievable. He had the end zone. This game should be over.
Yeah, boy, if he just ran right, he would have had nothing but the peanut vendor to stop him, as we see some of the stats for this game really quick. But Ryan Matthews, just an unfortunate mistake. He went straight. He should have cut right. He would have had 7.
3rd down and 2 again. Chargers, look at that. 5 of 6 on 3rd down. Wow, that's very impressive here. They can still get the first down here, or they can get a touchdown here. We've got a little under 2 minutes to go here. Rivers are going to give it to Matthews again. Kicks it outside. This time He's got nowhere to go. Big stop there for New Orleans.
Yeah, huge stop. At least they can, triage the bleeding at this point. Force Kading to kick 3. It'll be 13-3. It's still desperation time, being down 2 scores.
This is a chip shot, right? It's up and it's good. Chargers up 2 scores, 13-3.
Well, I think the thing we need to take away here is that the Chargers offense has rusted their defense. So when Drew Brees comes out there, certainly he's going to be no huddle. He's going to be in a fast-paced, high-octane offensive mode. Certainly not going to be running it at all. But the Chargers defense, they're rested, and the Saints are down to 1 timeout.
Here's the kick. They're going to kick it to Sproles here instead of kicking it deep. Sproles up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Gets to about the 26-yard line. You know something, though? The regular refs have been back here for 2 weeks. I haven't heard any single whistle from them the entire game today. What's the deal?
Yeah, it looks like they're just taking the day off. Either that or we're seeing the absolute cleanest game ever played in the NFL.
Probably so. You know what? Why not? I guess we don't have to make those difficult calls. You don't have to get ridiculed, I guess. Breeze back to pass here. Excuse me. John Phillips.
Oh, fumble. That's a fumble.
Who's got it?
Looked like Jimmy Graham picked it up.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Minute 30 here. That is not going to help your cause. They're taking a sack. 2nd and 18. Breeze back to pass. Looking. All kinds of... Wow, almost sacked again. Going deep. Intercepted.
Atari Bigby.
He's got to return it here to about the 40. Does a little...
Whoa!
There he goes. down to the 40, the 30, and he's taken down, yeah, right there at the 30-yard line. Big turnover, and that's probably the nail in the coffin there for San Diego.
Well, when you ask me about what are some of the best athletes on the Chargers, Atari Bigby's name comes right up at the top of the list. He jumped 10 feet high to grab that, literally 10 feet in the air to grab that ball away from Marcus Colston, and then he does one of the sickest moves I think I've seen in Madden history to get up the field and get a lot of yards after the interception catch.
Now, is it interesting that his number is 26 when you think Atari, the 2600? Is that a coincidence?
I think not.
Okay. Well, interesting right there. I'll tell you what, Chargers here could just basically run out the clock here. Saints with only one timeout to go.
Well, yeah, first down ices it, but I think they can just go into the victory formation. But look at that. Matthews is running.
And onside breaks the tackle, and does he stay in bounds?
Boy. Yeah, he does stay in bounds, but the Saints take the timeout. It took 4 Saints on 4 separate hits to make that running back Ryan Matthews go down. Very impressive run. He's shown a lot of determination in this game. He knows his reputation. He knows he still has a lot to prove, and he's definitely taking a step forward in this game.
Wow, Saints are going to fall to 0-5 on the season here. Wow, this could be the season here for New Orleans. I'll tell you what. Ryan Matthews takes another carry there. Picks up a couple yards, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, there's been a few 0-4 teams make the playoffs, but no team in NFL history at 0-5 has ever made the playoffs. You just figured this is just going to be one of those seasons that's just going to be purely disaster for the Saints. Maybe they can end up a respectable 8-8 and then go into next year with some momentum, but it seems like the door has closed on the playoff opportunity as Matthews up the middle.
And that'll probably put the nail in the head here for San Diego here, 13-3. They're knocking on the doorstep again here, but a great game plan here by Norv Turner and the Chargers. The defense played stingy, and I'll tell you what, the running game was probably the star here for the Chargers.
Yeah, and that's a little bit surprising. I don't think we expected that. We thought this was going to be one of those, 30-some. Well, look at Matthews.
To the goal line at the end. Touchdown, San Diego. The final nail on the head here. Chargers now go ahead 19-3 here. Wow. Amazing game plan here by the Chargers.
And I'm really happy for Ryan Matthews. We know he's a big fan of our site, and we know he loves World of Warcraft, and he loves his human female mage as he makes his way into the end zone, and he needed a game like this. He needed a big game where he could put the team on his back, and they could count on him, and he wasn't going to make a mistake, and he just wills his way to victory. Boy, he got some good blocking, too. Certainly, he has to be considered maybe the player of the game.
Yeah, I would say so here. Kading with the extra point. 20-3, and we got about 22 seconds here to go here, but I'll tell you what, that's going to be a happy flight for San Diego as they head back home here on their Sunday night game as they are ahead here by 17 points here. Great game. For New Orleans, I mean, what do? You don't have a coach to motivate you to tell, hey, you can come back here and do something next week. This is a completely different situation for them.
Yeah, the Saints, like I was saying before, I think their season's over. I think at this point, oh, look at Roby. And for those of you who don't know, that's Malcolm Roby, the son of famed punter Reggie Roby.
The great Reggie Roby, that's right. I remember his punts. Sometimes they would never come down. I remember he absolutely one of the great punters out there in the NFL.
But as I was saying, the Saints season has slipped already through the fingers, and we're in week 5. It's time to work on some other things and time to give some of the young guys a shot and just basically be pros and respectably end the season, try to get to 500. I mean, you never really know in the NFL, but at this point, we just chalk it up to disaster for the Saints.
Especially in the South, too, when you got teams like Atlanta, Carolina that are coming up right now. I mean, this is definitely not looking good here, but I'll tell you what, another surprising thing here, Saints only held to 3 points? Really? One of the most highest scoring offenses right now being held to just 3 points. Very uncharacteristic. Breeze back to pass. Looking over the middle, intercepted again by Atari 2600 Bigby, and he gets up to the clothesline for his efforts.
Oh, well, he'll take that all day. If I said, hey, will you take a clothesline for an interception from Drew Brees? He'll do that all day long. We see Brees, he pump fakes, he looks, and basically he was trying to find a receiver that just simply wasn't open into double coverage. I can't even hear you past the Boo Birds right there, but yeah, Saints fans were not treated to a especially good game, but you know what? Oh, ouch. We took a shot from Jimmy Graham.
I think we'll take the kneel down here, and that'll probably do it here for us here at Gaming Illustrated here. Chargers going to be victorious here, 20-3.
Yeah, what a victory for the Chargers in New Orleans on the road. Just nothing can go right for the snake-bitten Saints.
No kneel down here. They're going to give it to Matthews here, and that'll do it here.
Yep, that's it. Chargers win 20-3 in New Orleans. Very impressive game for Ryan Matthews. Wasn't too impressed with Phillip Rivers, but he made big throws when he needed to, especially on third down.
All right, here, post-game here, of course, brought to you by, unofficially by, well, we're not going to mention sponsors because they don't pay for the airtime here, but coming up here on the West Coast, your local news, followed by on the East Coast, Murder She Wrote, Chargers get the win 20-3 here with Carl Armstrong here, Carl Chandler Armstrong here with Sean Gibson right now. This is Gaming Illustrated. .com presentation of the NFL here. Sean, you got the final word here. I'll tell you what, interesting game here. Great game by San Diego.
Yep, great game by San Diego. We appreciate all the viewers coming in at Gaming Illustrated. We're literally seeing thousands of people come in and watch these games. We're having a lot of fun broadcasting them to you. We hope you keep tuning in.